Hi everyone, I'm Charlene Hutzabat, personal trainer and corporate wellness speaker. We're live from London today. It's about 12:30 or a few minutes after, and I thought it'd be a great time to take you through a nice standing desk break. So we know from current research that getting up from your desk is really important, and it helps you to burn more energy at work. It'll help you with your posture. And actually, from the work I've done with clients, they've been telling me that it actually helps them to reset their concentration. So all those things have to be good. So if you are at the office and you're live with us, I'm going to get you to stand up from your desk, get off your chair, and I want you to stand nice and tall, or tall for you. And I want your arms just beside you, hanging nicely out of your shoulder joints. And I see we have a few people watching, so welcome. Glad to have you with us. And what we're going to do, if you have your feet about shoulder width apart, I'm just going to take you through some very quick Pilates foundations so you understand why you're doing what you're doing and what the benefits will be. And I'm just going to say hello. Someone's waving at me. Hello. I love all these. I'll try and talk to you all as we go. So, arms by your sides, feet shoulder width apart. Now, in my form of Pilates, which is stock Pilates, we talk about 5 sections or elements of a nice neutral posture. So we're going to start with head and neck, and then we move down to shoulder girdle. Then you have your rib cage. Then your core unit, which is this nice soft bit we've got of soft tissue between your rib cage and your hip bones. And then your pelvis. So what I tell my clients and my Pilates students is you want all of these 5 elements just nicely floating on top of the other. Just nice and easy. So there's 3 things we can do to help that sort of come together and knit everything together. And that's, first of all, taking your shoulder blades just down and back slightly. So if I turn to the side, instead of being there where we might be at our desks, let's get you there. So shoulder blades down and back. Good. Not too far, just a little bit. Don't exaggerate the posture, just nice and easy. Now, this soft tissue bit, which I call the core unit, those are my words, that's my phrase for it. I want you to think about having a nice belt or corset around your midsection. So if you had a corset on, if you've ever worn one, you'd have someone behind you just pulling gently on those strings to pull it in and wrap you in. And you can see here where my fingers are, this deep transverse abdominis muscle. We want that to help us to knit all of that together. Another way to think of that, which is slightly different but works for some of my clients, is a nice zipper from the bottom of your pelvis up to the bottom of your breastbone. So you can think about zipping up and knitting together. And the last of those 3 things, I want you to think about raising or contracting, engaging your pelvic floor. So pelvic floor, if you're not quite sure how to do that, it's just at the skin at the bottom and the muscles at the bottom of your pelvis. For men and women, if you think about if you're having a wee and you need to stop your flow, that will engage and kick in your pelvic floor muscles. So imagine you're having a wee and you need to stop for whatever reason. Just engage those pelvic floor muscles. So this is it. Very simple. The stacked position, I call it. Shoulder blades down and back. Core unit gently engaged. So either wrapping and knitting together or zipping up. And then add that little 3rd element of that, which is pelvic floor squeeze. So we've got head and neck floating on top of shoulder girdle, on top of rib cage, core unit, and then pelvis. So you just feel nice and stacked and tall. Your neck will feel longer, your shoulders will come down. And this just gives you an opportunity to be much more neutral than you would be sitting in a chair. So we're lengthening out through our hip flexors and our hamstrings, all those things that shorten up through the day. So let's just stand for 30 seconds, a moment, while I talk you through it again, and do some nice even breaths. So you find a length of breathing that works for you. Good. And the beauty of this is that no one in the office will know what you're doing. Wonderful. You can just stand up beside your desk, stand there, looking like you're just having a moment to yourself. Keep the breath going. Good work. Okay, so I'm going to leave you with that. Now, if you want to go over that again in much more detail, I've actually done a nice video that's always sitting on the internet, and this Periscope one will disappear in 24 hours. So on Psychology's Life Labs blog, that's Psychology's magazine, Life Labs, I have a video called The Stacked Position, and that's under my name, Charlene Hatzabat. So that one you can go to for free. And also I have a blog post on that Psychology's Life Labs blog, which will explain to you a little more in detail the benefits of standing up from your desk and feeling more powerful. And you'll see what I mean when you read that blog post. Some really interesting stuff in there and research. If you want to ask me further questions on this, if you think of things after we shut down the video in a moment here, you can find me on Twitter or Facebook at Positively Slim. And I'm on both of those most days. And if you want me to teach your team a little bit about this in the office, you can book me for a corporate wellness workshop, which I love doing. And you can find those details on my website, which is www.charlenehatzabat, spelled like my name on Periscope.com. Thanks for being with me today for your stand up from your desk break. And I hope you feel much more improvement in your posture, even from a couple of minutes of working together. Thanks, everyone.